Shhh. It's time to rest now. Let your body grow soft and still. Let your thoughts drift like feathers in a gentle breeze. Let go of your day, and any noise that clings to it. You're safe here, warm here, calm here. Take a slow breath in and out. Feel your shoulders melt. Let your eyelids become heavier, heavier still. Tonight, we journey to a time long ago. A time of stone walls and flickering lanterns. Of whispered chants and hallowed halls. Where every tap of a chisel carried a prayer. And every breath of warm lantern light was said to carry the soul into stone. Are you ready? Then, drift gently, as our story tonight begins. Our story begins in a valley wrapped in mists, cradled by forest and river, where the air smells faintly of cedar bark and rain-washed moss. It is early evening. The sun has dipped just behind the hills, leaving a hush that settles over the village like a woven blanket. And in the very heart of this valley stands a cathedral, tall, unfinished, and utterly silent. At its base, beneath the gentle arc of a stone archway, a stonemason kneels. His name is Alder. And he works not by torch or candle, but by the pale golden light of a lantern. A lantern carved from polished ox horn, softly glowing with a kind of humble magic. The horn has been soaked in oils, smoothed with ash and honey. And when the flame flickers inside, it bathes the stone in a warmth, like sunlight remembered from childhood dreams. Alder does not speak. He rarely does. But his tools speak for him. Tap, tap, tap. The gentle rhythm of chisel to stone echoes like a heartbeat. Steady, unhurried, patient. You can hear the hush of the wind as it winds its way through stained glass gaps, where windows will one day shimmer with saints and stars. The town is asleep, but Alder works still, because in his hands he holds something ancient. Not just stone, but soul. A pause. Tap, tap. And rest. Feel the cool stone beneath your palms. The smooth curve of marble dust brushing your skin. Listen to the hush. The distant owls calling from the woodline. The faintest splash from the river beyond the town wall. Alder hums a tune you've never heard before. It's old. Older than him. A lullaby passed from mason to apprentice. Generation to generation. Soft as woven linen. Gentle as smoke curling from a chimney. In medieval times, stonemasons believed that stone could remember. That every curve, every groove, held within it a kind of silent music. They called it the soul line. The moment where light and tool and breath met. That's why they worked with horn lanterns. Not harsh torchlight. Not the glare of the forge. But soft, golden glow. To guide the soul into the work. And tonight, Alder is working on something sacred. Not just the wall of the cathedral, but a carving. A figure. A face slowly emerging from the stone. A hooded woman. Eyes closed. As if she too is dreaming. Can you smell the air? Cool. With a hint of burning pine. The lantern's wick hisses softly. And a moth flutters nearby. Drawn to the quiet warmth. Inside the cathedral walls, the echo of ancient psalms lingers. Not sung tonight, but remembered in the very bones of the building. The cathedral isn't finished yet, but it already feels alive. Sometimes, Alder pauses. He runs his calloused fingers over the edge of his work. And breathes. Slow and steady. You can almost see the warmth of his breath, rising into the chill air like a silent offering. Stonework is not just craft here. It's prayer. In medieval lore, it was believed that certain builders could whisper intentions into the stones. Protection, healing, even sleep. And so he whispers now. Not with voice, but through the gentle touch of chisel and palm. He's carving the last curve of the lady's cheek, the way moonlight might caress a sleeping face. The horn lantern glows ever softer. The flame within sways like a cradle on a breeze. You feel yourself slowing down, matching the rhythm of Alder's breath, of the wind outside, of the timeless hush of stone on stone. You are safe here. In this time, this valley, this flickering circle of hornlit calm. No past, no future. Only now. Only peace. Only breath. And so the lady in the stone sleeps still. Her features gentle and nearly complete. Her expression one of perfect stillness. As though she listens to some song only the stone remembers. The horn lantern glows beside her, casting amber light that shimmers across Alder's tools. A set passed down from his grandfather. Each handle worn smooth by devotion. Each edge kept lovingly sharp. Outside, the valley deepens into night. Clouds drift slowly over a slivered moon. And a mist begins to settle over the cobbled lanes of the town. Curling through alleyways. Weaving around chapel stones. Like a hush come alive. In the distance, the chapel bell tower rests. Silent and still. No longer counting hours. For time has softened here. The only rhythm now is the beat of chisel on cathedral. And the soft breath of the stonemason as he works. Imagine the sound. Chip. Chip chip. A pause. And the rustle of linen sleeves as Alder shifts his weight. The scent of beeswax and horn oil from the lantern. The cool air that touches the tips of your fingers. Barely there, like a dream you're only just remembering. Long ago, stonemasons believed that the shape of a stone could influence a person's dreams. A cathedral wall curved just right. Or a carved angel placed at the edge of a window. Could soften nightmares. And cradle the mind in sleep. That's why, in some ancient cathedrals, faces were hidden beneath arches. Sleeping children. Smiling saints. Even a cat curled near the cornerstone. Not for decoration, but protection. Little guardians of rest. So Alder works. Slowly. Quietly. Without hurry. Because he knows. Good stonework takes time. And dreams do too. The flame within the lantern flickers gently. Its golden light dancing across carved grooves. Caressing the folds of the lady's hood. The arc of her brow. The softness of her sleeping lips. It is as though she might exhale. At any moment. A sigh made of stone dust and lullabies. And still. Alder hums. A lullaby older than he can remember. Perhaps learned from his father. Or his father before that. It doesn't have words anymore. Just a tune. A feeling. A comfort. Let your thoughts drift now. Drift like candle smoke. Rising slowly. Curling into silence. You are sitting nearby. Wrapped in a soft woolen cloak. Knees tucked beneath you. Watching the light of the horn lantern flicker. As Alder finishes the final curve of his carving. The cathedral stone is cool beneath you. Smooth in places, rough in others. But solid. Grounding. Safe. Outside, the wind stirs the branches of the distant trees. A lullaby of leaves. A rustling that echoes like ancient parchment being turned. And inside. Nothing but the hush of work. The sacredness of silence. And the warm, steady glow of horn-filtered fire. Did you know? In the 13th century, it was believed that certain lanterns could carry messages to the beyond. If one carved a symbol near the flame and whispered the name of someone long gone, the glow would carry the message through the smoke. Some masons carved spirals. Some carved wings. Alder? He carved a feather. It sits etched into the side of his lantern. Tiny. Unassuming. But always warm to the touch. No one asks what it means. They just feel better when it glows nearby. The stars have now blinked awake. One by one, peeking through the valley mist. Above the cathedral, the sky is velvet black. Soft and deep. Like an endless blanket. Alder rises slowly. Stretches his shoulders with a quiet sigh. The day's work is done. But the calm it brought, remains. He dusts his hands. Places the chisel gently in its satchel. And cradles the lantern in both palms. Its flame dims just a little. As if it too, is ready to sleep. You walk with him now. Through the cathedral's half-finished nave. Bare walls rising around you like slumbering giants. Echoes brushing your heels. Soft and low. Each footstep muffled by ancient dust. Each breath cooler now. As the wind curls around the open doorway. The village beyond the hill sleeps peacefully. But here, inside these stone bones, a dream stirs. A dream not yet spoken aloud, but carved into every wall. A dream of warmth. Of gathering. Of light. And you. You are safe here. You are wrapped in quiet stone. The glow of the lantern touches your face. Makes shadows dance along your cheeks. The air smells of chalk. Of wood. And of the memory of wild time. Growing along the edges of the chapel wall. Nothing moves here quickly. Nothing demands. Only stillness. And sleep. Let your breath be slow again. Let your chest rise, and fall. Like waves at dusk. Like a lullaby remembered. Let the cathedral cradle you. Let Alder's lantern guide you. Not with brightness. But with softness. A warmth that doesn't startle. Only welcomes. The lady carved in the wall smiles gently now. She knows. You are close to sleep. Of course, let us return now. To the hush of the cathedral. To the warm flicker of the horn lantern. To the breath between chisel taps and dreams. The night has deepened. And so has the quiet. The stars now shimmer above like scattered embers. Flickering in an ocean of dark velvet. The kind of sky you only see far from torches. Far from fire. Deep in the old hills. Where stories live longer than people. And inside this sacred skeleton of stone. The air is still. Cool. Comforting. Alder walks slowly now. Lantern in hand. His footsteps silent on worn stone. You walk beside him still. Or perhaps just behind. Or perhaps you're drifting. Between one breath and the next. The stone beneath your feet is ancient. Even unfinished, it hums with something sacred. Not loud. But present. The same way a cradle hums. After a child has fallen asleep. Alder moves toward the apse. Toward the back of the cathedral. Where the light from the lantern spills across low stone benches. And tall columns that stretch upward like trees in a forest. You can almost imagine leaves far above you. Swaying in wind made of candlelight. The lantern sways gently in his hands. Casting long, slow-moving shadows on the walls. And it is there, beneath the highest arch. That altar kneels once more. But not to carve. Not tonight. They say. Some cathedrals were built with a hidden stone. Called a listener's stone. It was never visible to the eye. But always placed beneath the altar or high vault. Somewhere sacred. People believed that if you whispered your hopes, your fears, your longings, the stone would hold them and carry them into the heavens. When the morning bell rang, Alder has found such a stone. Just beneath a low arch. Worn smooth with time. Its edge cool and slightly curved like a cupped ear. He sets the lantern beside it. And leans close. You don't hear what he whispers. Not with your ears. But you feel it. Like warmth behind your ribs. Like something important. But not urgent. He sits beside the stone now. His shoulders relaxed. His breath soft and slow. And you sit too. Or maybe you lie down. Upon a bed of wool and velvet. Spread across the polished flagstones. Feel your limbs grow heavy. As if carved gently from smooth, warm stone. Not cold. But comforting. Strong. And still. The stone does not rush. It does not worry. It simply is. Just like you now. Your breath is steady. Your body quiet. The only movement. The rise and fall of your chest. The slow drift of thoughts like moths. Around Alder's flickering lantern. He speaks now. But not aloud. He speaks in stories. In memories passed hand to hand. Tool to tool. You close your eyes. And listen. He tells you of a young apprentice. Long ago. Who worked under a cathedral master. Known only as the Silent One. This master never spoke a word. But every stone he touched seemed to hum. And his cathedral rose without flaw. Arches balanced. Walls curved to carry songs. Windows shaped to catch starlight. One night. A fire threatened the scaffolding. And the apprentice panicked. He ran to the Silent One. Begging for guidance. But the master only lit his horn lantern. Set it before the wall. And pointed. The apprentice, trembling. Picked up the chisel. And worked. The fire never reached them. And when dawn came. They found that his carving. Done in panic. Done in fear. Was perfect. It was said afterward. That the lantern did not just give light. It gave calm. And now. Alder gazes at his own lantern. Its flame slow. Its glow fading just a little. Not dying. Just resting. Outside the cathedral. A wind has picked up. Not strong. But enough to rustle ivy on the stone. You hear the whisper of it. Low. Rhythmic. Like lullabies sung through tree bark. Far below, the river murmurs over its stones. Carving them smooth with time. As Alder does with his own. And you are drifting too. Becoming lighter. Or maybe heavier. As sleep pulls gently at your bones. Like a tide that knows exactly where to go. You're safe. You are warm. You are still. Let go now. There is nothing more to hold. Let your thoughts settle like dust. In golden lantern light. Let your breath fall into rhythm. With chisel taps remembered. And cathedral bells not yet rung. You are in a space outside of time. Not past, not future. Only this moment. Only stillness. Only sleep. Of course, we return now. To the final hush of stone. The resting breath of lantern flame. and the sacred silence where sleep finally finds you. Alder has grown quiet. He sits still beside the listener's stone. Lantern flickering beside him. And the cathedral stretching high above in perfect shadow. You lie close. Wrapped in gentle cloth. Perhaps velvet. Perhaps wool. Perhaps simply the night air itself. It no longer matters. Because you are cradled. By story. By stone. By the stillness that lives in sacred places. When all the candles have gone out. You hear your own breathing now. Like a tide pulling in and out. Each inhale. Soft. Each exhale. Softer still. And above. A single shard of moonlight pierces through the arch. Where someday. Stained glass will glow. There is one final secret Alder wishes to share with you. Spoken not in voice. But in presence. Long ago. Cathedral workers had a tradition. Before the roof was placed upon a sacred building. The workers would lie on their backs beneath the open sky. And offer their final hopes into the stars. Some whispered blessings. Some cried softly. Pressing their palms to stone. Some said nothing at all. Letting their heartbeat do the speaking. It was called the sky sleep. And though few remember it now. The stones remember. Alder lies back now. His head resting just beside yours. And you, too. Look up at the open sky. There is no ceiling yet. Only moonlight. Only breath. Only the rising tide of rest. The lantern has dimmed now. Its flame no longer dancing. But glowing soft and steady. A golden memory. You can feel its warmth near your face. As if the light itself is saying goodnight. All around you. Stone holds its breath. Not with tension. But with peace. The kind of peace that fills sacred places. Where time doesn't rush. And sleep is part of the story. Even the wind has quieted. The trees outside bow gently. The river slows its whisper. And all that's left is the rhythm of your chest rising and falling. The warmth behind your eyes. And the heavy softness of drifting away. It is safe to sleep now. Completely. Deeply. Like stone in earth. Like flame in lantern. Like light in carved hallways. That know your name but ask for nothing. Let yourself go. Let yourself rest. Sink deeper into the velvet of stillness. Each muscle letting go. Each thought growing dimmer. Each breath a lullaby. You are far now. Far from worry. Far from hurry. Wrapped in the hush of the cathedral. Watched over by the carved lady in the wall. Guided by the glow of Alder's lantern. Tonight. You need nothing more. Only sleep. Only dreams. Only peace. And if ever you wake. In the middle of the night. With a restless heart or a wandering mind. Just remember. The sound of chisel on stone. The flicker of polished horn. The ancient lullaby of the stonemason. You may return here any time. This cathedral is yours. This silence is yours. This sleep is yours. So rest now. Drift now. Dream now. And let the lantern guide you home.